So a bit's been going on. I had the car up for sale and now it's kind of off for sale. I suppose if someone wants to buy it quickly, they can buy it. But otherwise, I chatted to a buddy of mine. He came up with an idea on how we can run this car a bit cheaper. It's a bit shit having to run it a bit cheaper, but the fact is that I can't afford to run this car in nationals. That's why I was thinking of selling it. Went through all the figures and I was just like, I'm kidding myself. This is too expensive to run. But a fair point is that whatever I get is going to cost money, and that's okay. That's racing. But I need to be able to maintain a car basically by myself for the most part. Obviously, I've got a couple of buddies that can help me here and there, but I don't want to rely on them. I don't want to pressure them. I don't want them to feel obligated. So, usually my dad's at the races, so if he can just sort of help things. There's a couple of other buddies that might be able to come along and help that don't know much about these kind of cars, but can just help with sort of incidental things, which is always great. That's sometimes what you need, someone helping you get buckled in and things like that. So anyway, the plan is to pull the motor out today, take it to Gary Roberts on Wednesday, and we're going to go through the motor, crack test everything, and see what it's like. Then the plan is to freshen the motor up so that it's nice and fresh, because it's been in the car for a little while now. And then talk about maybe putting a different cam in it, a few different options. But basically the idea would be to run Sports Sedans is splitting in a weird way with 2-to-1 and 1.5-to-1 with Motorsport Australia. Without going into the long spiel of what happened, basically there's going to be some new safety things coming in for cars that comply to 1.5-to-1 power to weight ratio, and cars at 2-to-1 power to weight ratio won't need those things. Those things are an FIA bladder tank and an FIA seat. Obviously both dated, both have expiry dates and have to keep getting checked and replaced, which is a lot of money. Now in these cars it's very difficult to fit both of those things in, so a lot of people have custom tanks and custom seats, so it means I can stay with my fuel tank and my sprint car styled seat, which are both fine, but won't comply to these new rules. But I want to build, the idea is that to keep costs down, to get out and race and keep a space run car, we're going to not rev the car very hard. We're going to keep the revs low, which will make the engine live forever. Well, not forever, but we're hoping 2 to 3 seasons between engine rebuilds. Still produce around about 550, 600 horsepower, which this motor can produce over 850. Obviously there's different figures that people have, but it's a Sprint Cup motor, NASCAR motor. It's designed to rev pretty hard and make big power. So if we bring it right back, it's sort of going to be like just a big lazy fella out there. It means less fuel, less stress on the motor, less stress on brakes, less stress on everything. Obviously it's still going to have some level of stress and it's still going to be bloody quick, but I'm just going to do state level and enjoy the car and try and get it so that I can run it again predominantly by myself. And the big thing about these cars, I think, is the engines. The engines cost a fortune. I know for a fact that people are spending 30, 50 grand on rebuilds. Some motor packages are worth well over $100,000. I know that's hard to believe, but they are, with all the bits and pieces they've got. These motors are around about 25, 30 grand to buy another one of these motors. So ideally down the track would be able to buy another one and have 2 of them and sort of move between them and save money over time. It's a lot easier to save money over time and have something sitting there ready for when you need to pull that motor out, put another one in, and then you can save again for the next one, and you sort of got, it's not all at once. So anyway, that's the plan. Yeah, I think I've rambled enough. 4 minutes. Okay, what time is it? 11. Been going for a while actually. Motor is ready to come out. It's just got to try and angle it out of here. I'm not exactly sure how it was done. Bit of fucking mess. I don't like this kind of mess, but it is what it is. We'll give a good clean up and be able to get a good clean up on things. But yeah, I've got to get the engine back, but through this gap, which is going to be quite a challenge. So the motor is out. Big old where it used to be. So engine's out. Just started doing a bit of cleaning up and everything. Motor obviously sitting here. Put that on a stand get that in the back of the ute, taking that to Gary Roberts on Wednesday morning, and he's going to get stuck into pulling it down, and we're going to crack test everything and replace whatever we need to replace and get it all back together so it's a nice fresh motor. So it was an interesting thing to get out the engine right now. I'm not sure how Dave did it, but whatever. I ended up chopping this front bar out, and I'm going to put some joiners. It's not this front bar. I've seen a lot of the guys run a removable front bar, so I've ordered the proper joiners, the FIA fucking Motorsport Australia approved ones. It is, yeah, I don't know if that's technically part of the cage. It's below the window line, so I don't know. But anyway, they're approved joiner that will go there, which makes it easier to get the engine, way easier to get the engine in and out. So that'll go in. And also this piece here, I chopped out as well. Now, this piece was getting bent and damaged a lot. So I'm going to make it so that this bolts on. That's basically just the bottom of the screen that goes there. So I've got the piece. I'll make it so that it bolts on, bolts in and out. That way you've got this whole space to get the motor in and out a lot more easily. So I ended up having to take the oil pump off to be able to get it out, but was able to leave all the front of the motor on, the water pump and such. So that was good. So that's how it came out. Not too bad. Not been numbering all the leads because, I'll forget. Yeah, so that's it. So basically, it's ready for that to go to Gaz, and while that's with Gaz over the next, I'd say potentially month or two, I'll get into cleaning this up. I'm going to go over everything in here and just give it a check over, neaten wiring, neaten hoses. I actually damaged one of the fuel lines taking the motor out. The motor was leaning against it. Don't want to risk it, so I'll replace that. I want to move the fuel pressure reg as well. That was hanging off the carby. Actually, I'll show you. Oh no, can I show you? Let's have a look. No, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. So it's here. So I spoke to Brad Sheriff, and he suggested that either has to be supported or moved because basically there was a failure on a car. I won't go into that because it's nothing to do with me, and I don't want to talk about other people's failures. But yeah, this supposedly was the cause of a fire. So I'm going to move that to somewhere where it's supported and not the vibration of the motor. Even the motor's very stiffly mounted. Had a chat to my buddy as well about making a brace for the back here out of aluminium. So we're going to get stuck into that. Cars are super cool and they're apart like this. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, enjoy the ride. Who knows what I'll decide tomorrow. Cheers, everybody. And also a big thanks to Adam from Autobarn Sunbury, who messaged me yesterday on the page saying he's going to sponsor $500 of anything that I want to get from Autobarn in Sunbury. So that's super cool. He doesn't need to do that, and that's a fantastic thing getting behind me. He's a very supportive man of everything in Sunbury, and yeah, hopefully once this car's back together, we'll put it out the front of his shop and get a bit of interest for it. He's already very busy, obviously, and does fantastically, but you want to go above and beyond to support anyone that supports you. So thanks again, Adam, and thanks to everybody that's called me over the last couple of days and messaged. You're all really rad, and yeah, I love it. It's great that that passion is with you guys and you want to see me racing as well. And yeah, cheers, everybody.